Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time with Team Cheers. Cheers. Oh, is it live now? Oh, now it's live. Oh, hi.
Hi. Ready? Let's do it again.
Okay.
A 1, a 2, a 3.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Tea Time with Team Epigrease.
Cheers. This is our 76th episode of Tea Time.
When do you stop counting?
Never.
Never.
When you get to the thousands, maybe then it's like,
Oh.
because then it's like 1,156.
Oh my gosh.
So we have a very fun tea time planned for you guys. We are going to be making a flower arrangement inspired by Melissa Marr's new novel. So we will get to that momentarily, but if you are new, we have YouTube happening over here. So you've got the comments going.
And I'm watching on Twitter, and I just want to shout out to Amanda Murphy and her dog watching. Use the hashtag Tea Time.
Hashtag, here it is. Tea Time.
And we'll follow along. What are you guys reading this week? Tweet at us. Tell us. I hope it's the same thing we're reading.
You guys know what we're reading, but we want to hear from you. Somebody on YouTube says, greetings from Malaysia. What kind of tea are you guys having for tea time? We're drinking...
You fixed mine. It's
I did.
like a green.
It is tropical green tea by
Ooh.
Revolution Tea, so thank you, Revolution.
Cheers to you.
If you guys haven't tried Revolution Tea, you should definitely give it a shot. They make delicious, wonderful, like, lighter teas.
At Dance Me Press says, it's my second tea time. Good morning from the Philippines. And when I say morning, I mean 3:30 a.m.
Oh my God. What are you doing up? Why are you awake? We are not worth it. Or are we?
No. I don't
No.
even wake up for
No.
myself at 3:30 in the morning.
I know, right? God, I don't even remember last time I was up that late. Or early, depending.
Or early. I don't know.
Somebody said, hi from New Zealand. It's their first time. I think this is our first New Zealander.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Are you living in Middle Earth or Hobbit House?
I hope so. I would expect nothing less.
Me too. I don't know. That's just my perception in New Zealand that it's beautiful.
My BookTube corner on YouTube is reading Iron Trial by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black. I did not know that was
Ida
out.
is reading The Iron Trial by Holly Black.
Everybody's reading Iron Trial. Lulu,
Krista says, if books can talk, she said, yesterday was my birthday.
happy birthday. Aww. Sarah Minette on YouTube says, I'm reading nothing. Well, hopefully one of the books we're about to show you will become your next book that you'll read.
Well, what are you reading, Margo?
Good question, Aubrey. What are you reading?
I don't know. Just this little book in this little series.
So we have been going through the Abortion series by Garth Nix in honor of the release of Lirael, which is a prequel to these books. So last week we read and discussed Sabriel, and this week we're reading Lirael, which is, all of these are sort
Or
of...
if you're from the South, I say Lirael.
Lirael. Sabriel. No, wait, I can't do
Sabriel.
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 So these are companion novels you do not need
No.
to read. You do need to read this one beforehand because Sabriel does make an appearance in this, but it's
You
not
won't be completely lost.
Exactly.
Yes.
He does. Garth Nix does a really good job of kind of catching you up.
I kind of got really excited when she came
When
in.
she
I was
appeared-
like, oh, yeah, you go, girl.
Okay, so, all right, so I'll give you a brief what this is about. So Lirael is this plucky 14-year-old girl who is a daughter of the Clare, which is a group of people that
Have the sight.
they see into the future.
Which would be awful.
And at some point during your youth, you gain the power of the sight.
You are awoken.
It's like sort of getting your period.
Aw, but she's late.
But she's late. She
A late
doesn't.
bloomer.
She's a late bloomer, like a lot of us here. And so she doesn't get. I was about to say her period. So she doesn't get the sight. And she's all sad.
She's very upset about it. But
She's
then
upset. She's like, she rallies.
She's at her lowest point, and she stumbles upon something, and people that kind of tell her to
Empower
hold
her.
hold on.
They're like, well, you are old for a Claire that doesn't have sight. You need a real job. And they're like, why don't you go work in the library?
Yes.
And she's like, hell yeah, because the library is the coolest thing, like, since Hogwarts.
That library just seems so amazing. Like, it talks about spending hours and hours and hours and not being able to like explore every room.
Imagine like the New York Public Library if there were like a system of caves like below, and they just like, and nobody had explored them for like thousands of years, and nobody had any idea like what was down there, and they're like monsters, and all the librarians are so badass, and they have to like carry swords with them, and they have to be really practiced in charter magic
because it's a magical world, and like some of your magic can open some people have powers to open some doors, and some people have powers not to, because you don't know what you're going to face on the other side.
So Lirael goes on a little hunt. She's like, well, okay, I've got this cool new job. I'm going to go explore, because what else are you supposed to do in a magic library? So she does. And then
she gets in trouble.
She gets in big trouble. This, by the way, this plot that we're telling you is really only the first 175 pages.
We're not spoiling much.
We haven't even really gotten to like the bulk of the story yet, which we probably won't even get to, because this first part is just so good.
I mean, I think like I like Sabriel, but I connected more with like Lirael. Lirael's my girl.
Lirael is very like, Sabriel was, she knew what to do. She didn't make many mistakes.
Like her dad kind of.
She was like
taught her well.
She was smart and just like no fear, and was like, I got this, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, a bunch of dead. Don't worry, I got this. Lirael's like, more kind of like the rest of us. We're kind of like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. What? Yeah. And then, you stumble onto a monster called a Stilkin, and then you're like, oh boy, what do I do? And you're like, let's go kill it. So, all right. So Lirael is great. It is such a fun story. Sabriel,
and apparently she is in, this.
Yeah.
Is she in this one?
She is in this one.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm excited.
But I can't tell you, I don't want to tell you about it because it will be a spoiler
to this.
So I'm not going to tell you what this one is about. But Abortion is what we're going to be reading this week, and we're going to tell you all about it next week.
So get on the Old Kingdom series with us.
And we are bringing back giveaways this week. We have a set of, well, we did have 10, but then I took a set because I wanted one. So we have a set of 9 of the first 3 books, so Sabriel, Lirael, and Abortion. We're going to be giving them away. So there is a link to the giveaway in the description below. Go fill it out. Unfortunately, the giveaway is only open to the U.S. and Canada. Sorry, rest of the world. It is not our fault. Blame the lawyers.
And legal rights.
And all that things.
I don't know things.
But yay,
get on it. They're
get
great.
On it.
This is my first time in the series. I have never read it, and it's all that it's cracked up to be.
Isn't it? It's such a good adventure.
It's like it's also a long payoff. The world built up in here just made this so much richer, and it was like,
because you're like, oh, what is all this charter magic? And then she's like, oh, I'm a charter mage master, and you're like, yeah. So it's really awesome. So that's what we're reading. If you are going to be reading Abortion with us this week, we'll be tweeting our progress as we did with Lirael, but use the hashtag AbortionReadathon
and join us. Danielle is reading High Society by Allie Carter.
Ooh. Somebody was saying about Darkest Minds movie. What is that?
Oh.
What?
Huh. You'll have to ask Sasha about that.
I will have to ask Sasha about that.
At Strange Magic, this is my first tea time, and you're reading Tiger Lily.
That's our favorite.
That's just how I feel about it.
You guys are reading lots of awesome things. So, speaking of awesome things, we have our question of the week.
It's a good one.
It is a good one.
You wrote it, yeah. Okay.
It comes from Books and Crumpets on YouTube. All right, so here's your question of the week. What YA author would you want to write you as a character? This is a hard one.
So hard.
My mind went to like 5 different authors immediately.
I mean, mine went to Garth Nix immediately because like I'm in his world, and like Lirael is like feels like me a little bit.
Yeah.
But
my first thought went to Neil Gaiman.
Oh.
I don't know. I'd want him to write me as a villain. I'm wearing all black today. It's good for villains. My second thought went to John Green, just so I could be immortalized.
Yeah.
My third thought was Ray Carson, because I want to be a badass YA fantasy heroine.
Yes.
And then I can't remember who my fourth was.
Mindy McGinnis would probably make me stronger than I am.
Totally.
So that would look good.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, I was just about...
So, because I want to go to Hogwarts, and she needs to write more Harry Potter books. So,
who would you guys? What author would you guys want to write you as a character? Oh, Sarah actually reads on YouTube, says Rainbow Rowell. Totally.
Yeah.
That would be a really good one. My BookTube corner says I want Sarah J. Maas. Also excellent. Neil Gaiman, John Green,
Yay!
Suzanne Collins,
Oh,
Cassandra Clare,
all of them.
James Patterson, Stephanie Perkins.
Can all of you just write me in all of the books?
Ooh, you know what would be cool? Although he's not YA, is Alan Moore, because then I'd want to become a graphic novel character.
Ooh.
That would be cool.
I want somebody to make a graphic novel out of a single Tea Time episode.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It would just be like us and be like, tea.
Arms flails.
That would pretty much be it. So that's a fun question because everybody has different like writing styles, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Alexia Boson on YouTube says I'm gonna go with Tahira Mafi because then she would write you all like
poetic.
But then you'd
flowy.
probably have some kind of steamy shower scene, and I don't know if I'd want to read about that.
Let's just get all foolish.
That would be embarrassing.
Are we on a super lag? Because nobody is tweeting about. Oh, now we got some things.
Jodie Lynn Anderson. Somebody said they would want her to write them.
There's some Gail Foreman shout-outs. A lot of
Lauren Oliver.
Veronica Roth or John Green.
Madison Teague on YouTube says Kathy Reichs. Would you want her to write you as a dead body? She's the lady that wrote Bones.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a forensic anthropologist. I love Bones. Don't judge me.
Don't judge me.
Okay, so that was our question of the day.
And what do we have out? There's lots of new things out.
Guys, we've got lots of new books. So
Look at this.
If you don't have a book to read this week, perhaps it will come from this lovely stack. What do we have first, Aubrey?
Get Even by Gretchen McNeil.
What? It's a story of 4 friends who band together to get back at their bullies.
Revenge. I love this.
It's all about that revenge.
Don't get mad.
Get even.
Also, one of my favorite is in the intro, or the little dedication line is from Hamlet, which is my fave. Revenge should have no bounds.
Ooh.
Boom.
My favorite thing about this book is that there's a character named Margot, and her name is spelled with the T, and that is awesome. Clearly, it's written after me. So, Get Even, Gretchen McNeil. If you guys have never read a Gretchen McNeil, she's hilarious.
Yes.
Super funny. Actually, I've never read any of her realistic fiction. She has only written
like
horror.
Yeah, and they're scary.
Possess and 359, which is more of a thriller. But if you like horror, you should definitely check out Possess and 10 because Gretchen McNeil rocks the horror.
Blackbird by Anna Carey. This one I feel like people have been waiting for a long time.
Wait.
Oh, wait for it.
Is there? Oh, I thought there was. It was a different book that had the bird on it.
There was totally a bird.
There was totally a bird on it. Are we?
Oh, it was Illusions of Fate.
Oh. My bad.
Wow, man.
Well,
Anyway.
Okay.
So this is written totally in the second person.
So you
do everything. It is so fast paced.
Yeah.
Just start out with it. Maybe read the first paragraph.
Let's see. Let's find a good one. Okay, the conductor has seen you. You are lying underneath a train, like on train tracks. You wake up and you're on train tracks. The conductor has seen you. The sound the train makes changes. The brakes are a higher pitch now, more severe. It's too late. It's coming at you too fast. You only have one choice. You lie back, crossing your arms over your chest. As the train rushes over you. That's on page 2.
That's on page 2. So I think it's like the same premise in
is
book form as like The Bourne Identity.
Yes, it is. Very similar. Like, wake up. Who am I? And why are people trying to kill me?
And why do I know how to do things?
Whoa! What is going on with my life? Fast-paced thriller, first of 2 books. Yay. Get it. Next, we have the ending of a trilogy by Kat Zhang. Let's see, here's how it goes. The What's Left of Me, then Once We Were, then Echoes of Us. Look at these pretty covers together.
Yeah.
I like them together.
That's a really good front display.
This is called the Hybrid Chronicles.
Yes.
This one is about the sisters, and they're like taking over. One like takes over your mind over. It's you should read the book because I'm probably going to just butcher the super awesome like scientific explanation of everything. But this is the trilogy and it's ending this week.
Also, fantasy fans, if you are not a Sherry Thomas fan, you should be. The Burning Sky is out now, and I think it's in paperback now.
It is.
And then the second book in the trilogy, The Perilous Sea.
Guys, look at that water dragon.
Water Dragon. And I think that the best pitch for it comes from Sherry Thomas herself, and she said, like Harry Potter, but with drag.
Basically, there's this girl, and she, like, accidentally uses really powerful magic, and they're like,
You shouldn't be a girl, you gotta be a boy.
You can't really do that, so you gotta go hide. So the only place we're gonna send you is to an all-boys school.
Well, there was a prophecy that somebody would come with this magical power, but
Right.
the prophecy, everyone just assumed the prophecy, it would be a boy. But nope, it was a lady, and they have to
So-
deal with it.
Now she's gotta dress like a dude. But there's a dude that she kind of likes.
Yeah.
Which always makes it awkward. But awesome at the same time.
Really good. Sherry Thomas knows how to write those scenes.
Sherry Thomas is a very well-known and well-respected adult romance novelist, so you know that she can write those sexy scenes.
They're not even like super overtly sexy. She just knows how to write
The
tension
sexual
between
tension.
between people in a room.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so good.
And finally, this week is the long-awaited new Melissa Marr series.
I'm
book
doing really
thing.
awkward.
I know,
Raise
I
the
know.
Roof.
Made for You by Melissa Marr. Look at this
I'm
beautiful
in love with this cover.
Isn't it lovely? I have never undressed this one.
Oh.
Gold. So the reason why remember when we said flower arrangements, we're going to be doing that? They're inspired by this book. And the reason is
really creepy.
So this book is told in 3 points of view.
Mm-hmm.
One of the points of view is from the killer. And it's creepy as hell. It is so dark. So dark and so creepy. But he kills people sort of for his intended victim. Like he's presenting these deaths, these kills to her because in his mind he thinks they belong together.
Yeah. And he only delivers his messages through flowers.
Through flowers. So when he kills somebody, he leaves like these presents with them. And like one of them's a cicada, but sometimes they are flowers because certain flowers mean certain things.
And he's like totally, when you're reading it, he's totally like, she's going to know exactly what I mean because of this, all these meanings of flowers that I've put together.
Dude, killer, you probably could have just left a note. It would have been a lot easier for her to understand. She would have been like, oh, look, a flower blew onto this body. Come on, killer, get it right.
I love this cover because it kind of evokes the creepiness of, this is for the adults that maybe watch, Silence of the Lambs to me.
Oh, totally. With the moth?
Yes. It's got the same kind of, feel of like getting a snapshot into a sociopath's mind.
Okay. If you want to...
Okay, we're going to get...
So we're getting set up for our flower arrangements. Do you want to check in with...
Yes. Twitter's really slow. Like, people are just talking about Perilous Sea right now on Twitter, which can't be true.
Okay, no, I need the stacks I've made for you. Okay, where we're putting the arrangement on so everyone can see. So you want to move the papers out so we don't get too messy? Okay, so
we're going to make a flower arrangement. Mostly, Margot's going to teach me how to do it because I think putting flowers together is just like you get it from the store and then you open up the paper and then you just set it in the vase.
My aunt owns a flower shop and she's a well-known florist in my hometown. RobinwoodFlowers.com, shout out. And my mom is one of her florists. So I asked my mom to give me some tips on how to arrange flowers, and so I'm going to share this knowledge with Aubrey and thusly all of you.
And we can talk about what different flowers mean.
Okay, so we have our vase here, and I wrapped the inside with just a big old leaf from the flower shop. Now, what you can do, you can go and like pick out your own flowers and put it all together. Or my mom says that the fast and dirty way is to just buy a bouquet that's not like in a vase, but just buy a bunch of flowers that's already put together, take it home, and then just lay it all out, deconstruct it all, and then put it back together.
It's laid out like this.
So we have that. Okay. So there are 3 different sets of flower or like flora for your arrangement. You have the greens.
This is so technical. I would assume this is a green. Nope.
No, I'm wrong. These are all the greens.
Greens?
Okay. So we have greens. These are your filler flowers. And then these are your focus flowers. See how much bigger they are?
Focus.
Focus versus filler. So here's the fun trick that my mom shared with me
And blew my mind earlier today.
tape. This is called florist tape because it's really skinny, but you can just use Scotch tape. It doesn't really matter. Tape is how you get your arrangement started. So I'm going to help you get started here. And you are going to take the tape and you're going to make a grid over your vase. Okay. So like such. So you go like do 3 this way and then 3 that way. Okay.
Let's switch sides.
Yep. There we go. Well, this feels weird.
I know.
Okay, so I'm going to check in with YouTube.
I don't have it up on that computer. I just have Twitter.
I'm going to pull it up.
I'm in the pill. So what are some of the flower meanings? Do you guys know? Because every single flower and color has a kind of different meaning in culture. And they probably vary by country.
They probably do. I don't know, and my mom would probably know all of this. I can't even find the link to our YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Twitter, Epic Grades. Okay. Okay, so I've got a little breakdown of some of the flowers that he leaves. Yellow roses you use for apologies and for broken hearts. White roses are for silence and purity.
Mm.
So you see a lot of white roses at weddings. Purity, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, with the white dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then red carnations, but I guess just red in general, are for passion. Passion. White daisies are for innocence.
I love daisies. They're my favorite.
And I think orange roses equal friendship. So if a boy or a girl ever gives you orange flowers, that means they just want to be. They're gonna friend zone you. So
go for the red. Go for the red.
Go for the red, right? Okay, so now that we have your grid, can you guys see this?
You're making me nervous with the water and
it's cool.
The books.
It's cool. Okay. There's our grid. Okay.
Yay!
Now you start with the greens. Always start with the greens first. Now we've already pre-cut these, and then they're actually some of them are a little short. But you kind of want to like measure it by the height of your flower arrangement. Like how tall do you want it to be? So we don't want this one to be too tall. Here's a fun trick or a tip when you are doing your flower arrangement.
Just
strip all of the leaves from the bottom of the stem, because if you have leaves in your water, it will contaminate the water, and that's what kills arrangements faster. It kills the flowers faster. So if you get a bouquet or something from someone, you want to strip out all the leaves and make sure there are no leaves in the water. Now the grid is there because it helps you keep everything in place. So you want to start towards the outside.
Interesting.
So like this, I would strip all of this down at the bottom because you don't want any of that in the water.
Who sent you flowers when you were in school?
No one, because my mom is a florist and everyone was too embarrassed to order flowers for my mom because then she would know before me, and that's weird. So I never got any flowers.
What about the ones, didn't you have like the things where it was like they sent carnations and it was like a school drive or whatever?
No, I never got flowers from anybody.
Aww.
Except for my mom. She would send me a flower arrangement on my birthday. And it was always like, she makes these like giant crazy ones.
Are we interested? We're going to keep packing this in?
Yep, you want to like get a nice good base around.
I'm learning lots of life lessons.
Okay, so let's pull some more. You know what a fun thing is if you go to the flower shop and you buy flowers, you can ask for greens. Like I just asked for this, and they should give them to you for free. So if you don't have that much money to spend on your flower arrangement, put more greens into your arrangement than you do flowers, because the greens are cheap. And you always want to cut on an angle.
I knew that.
Why do you do that?
So it, I don't know, drinks up water faster?
It increases the surface area of the stem that soaks up the water. Fun things. All right, so this looks pretty good.
Okay.
All right. And you can always add more later. Okay. All right, so now we've got our green base. Now you go in with the filler flowers. So think of your arrangement as like a dome. So you want to like start out flat and then build your way up towards the top. All right, so while we're doing this, there's a couple of things that are on the blog. One of which, okay, spoiler alert, if you
have not finished the selection series,
earmuffs or mute. If you have not read Selection, you want to earmuffs and mute right now. We have a little poll up on the blog for what will the royal baby,
the Maxera baby be?
Will it be a boy or will it be a girl? In the air, because that was announced.
That was announced. Gosh, I have so many feelings. I want it to be a girl.
You want it to be a girl?
Mm-hmm, that's my vote.
Okay. Why?
Because I secretly hope that there's another selection process.
That would be fun.
And that it's a lady having to choose.
What if it was a boy and he was gay? I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, what if? I mean, that probably wouldn't happen, but what if?
What if?
That's like my dream.
We're just saying that we don't have any actual
We have zero insight into any of this.
Other than that, there's a poll.
So you can start to see how our dome is getting shaped. So, like, you know, the height of the flowers are in
I'm going to check in on Twitter and see if anybody is talking about that spoilery thing on the blog.
All right. We're going to check in with YouTube here and Twitter.
It's starting to look really nice.
It is.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Overstep Books says, this is my first time in forever. I've been watching for a while on my phone, but my computer took forever to boot. So now I'm just tweeting. Oh. I read that. I should have read that all the way through before.
Veronica Soto. Wait, what'd you say? Veronica Soto on YouTube says, flowers are nice and all, but I prefer diamonds.
Oh. Well, this flower arrangement is inspired by killers.
When you do the focus flowers, you just have to make sure that they're facing outward, not inward, because you want them to face out towards your audience.
I love sunflowers. Okay.
And feel free to just shove them in there.
Also, what we did yesterday was we fenced.
Oh my God, you guys! We learned how to fence yesterday for in honor of Snow Lake Ashes, Lirael, and Defiance by C.J. Redwine. So we met with an Olympian. I've never met an Olympian before. Tim Morehouse, he was the silver medalist at London or Beijing? Beijing. He won the silver medal for the U.S.
The first time that the U.S. has won a medal in fencing since like 1945. So it was a pretty big deal in the sport, and he was amazing. But Margot and I don't know if Margot is sore. I am sore. Just my right leg is sore, and I'm limping around.
So we did that film shoot for the Things I Learned in YA, so you guys will be seeing that fairly soon.
Hopefully. Do you guys have... It was like kind of one of the most fun ones for me because it was actually like, I want to learn how to sword fight.
Right? Yeah, totally.
Especially because this is the first time we shot a Things I Learned in YA that I was in the middle of reading one of the books. There we go. Okay. This is looking good.
We are almost done with this flower arrangement, you guys. Oops. I would do that one right in there.
Is there space?
Yeah, just okay. There you go. There you go. And then we need a few more, and at the top.
I want to put this guy somewhere.
Totally. Look at that. Once you are at a certain point, you just want to, like, you know, fill in the holes, fill in the gaps, then just sort of keep shifting and shaping it till it's something that you like.
Rita at Weaving Pages says, this is literally epic flowers.
And then another thing is once you've arranged it, you want to rinse out all of the water again. I'm going to move this guy. Oh. You want to get rid of all the water and then refresh it. And you want to change the water, I would say, every day if you want to keep it fresh for as long as possible. Look at that. So there you have it. We just did an entire flower arrangement in like 5 minutes. Granted, we did buy pre-cut flowers, so that always helps. Let me turn this guy down.
Bring it down a little so you can see.
Okay, let me see this hole. Let's fill it. There we go.
Oh!
Look at that.
So what message
Look at that!
would this
My
send?
mom is going to be so proud of me.
What message would this send? Friends, you could possibly get out of the friend zone in this.
Oh, that is like, yeah, let's go on a date zone.
Let's go on a date zone.
Look at this.
But not with a killer. This flower arrangement brought to you by Made For You by Melissa Marr.
So that is your challenge for the week, is to make a made-for-you flower arrangement. So make a flower arrangement, tag it on Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube with Made For You Flowers, hashtag Made For You Flowers, and we will collect all of them and put them on a blog, and we will send copies of Made For You to some of our favorites. So
Yay!
You've got 1 week to do that. So next Wednesday we will showcase some of our favorites. And
I will say, if you are afraid, this was a lot easier than I thought it was.
It's very easy. It's all about that grid. I'm telling you.
That grid
start
is
with the grid. Start with the grid, and then start with your greens, and then
the dome is a very good tip.
And the dome, and then so everything should be taller at the top, flatter in the middle, with everything facing outward.
Go forth and flower.
And we can't wait to see them. So for your Tea Time Rewind videos,
I like standing on Tea Time. It gives me a little bit more energy.
I know. Maybe we should stand from now on. It is Tea Time Rewind number 76. We want to see, what are you reading? What author would you want to write you as a character?
Yes.
And then make a flower arrangement. Oh, and then tell us about Lirael if you are reading Lirael with us. Lirael. And go enter that giveaway. If you're watching this not live, the giveaway is probably closed because we close it right after this.
Because we love the live crumpets.
The live viewers.
Shout out to a couple of the people who did Tea Time Rewind last week.
Oh, yay.
Julie Herr, Felicity Reed Stuff,
Thanks.
Books and Crumpets,
Thank you.
and Rosawell Cruz.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I feel like, do we have any other
dirt
things?
faces.
Is it dirt face time?
That's it.
I feel like we can't do dirt faces in front of this beautiful arrangement. How about just sniffing it?
Okay.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. And I don't even know what she was doing, but it sounded really intense.
I sniffed it really hard.
So we will see you guys next Wednesday at 3:45. And if there's other things you'd like us to teach you on Tea Time, we've done, what did we do? How to take care of your books.
That was really great. Yeah, like bookish things. Give us suggestions on what you want us to learn so you can learn.
Exactly. So this was fun.
It gives us something to do with our awkward energy.
Definitely. So we will see you guys next Wednesday at 3:45. Happy tea time. Book shimmy. I was about to curtsy.
Also, don't forget to shout out, Y'all Fest tickets are on sale for the YA Smackdown, which we are hosting-ish.
What's up? We'll be there. We will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye. Happy reading and scene.